Hi everyone, and today we are going to be talking about this annular solar eclipse happening on December 26, 2019 in the sign of Capricorn. So before we dive deep into this, welcome to my channel and thank you for watching this video. I'm Krissy from In the Stars by Krissy.com. I am an intuitive empath and astrologer, and I do specialize in doing heart-to-heart love readings, predictive readings, using various metaphysical tools like tarot, chiromancy, Lenormand, runes, and a lot more. I also do astrology with a mixture of psychic channeling in the process to give you more insight and clarity into your situation. So, yeah, before anything else, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon as well so you get notified whenever I post videos like this and many more. Okay, so new moon in Capricorn is going to be happening on December 26, 2019, and it's going to be really powerful. It will create a lot of shakeups and changes in us. But I do see this as a very powerful alignment because of that conjunction with Jupiter. So Jupiter is in the sign of Capricorn, is going to bring us some form of expansion, growth, good luck, and good fortune as a whole. But since we are dealing with Capricorn, this is telling us that whatever we work on, whatever we begin, we need to work hard for it. You know, Capricorn rules about time. It rules responsibility, structure, duties, and sometimes it could be burdens in our life as well. So with all of this combination coming into place and also getting the support of Uranus in Taurus, this is clearly telling us that, you know, we might start something, and it could be electrifying, it could be something new, and it could also be shaking up something that is already existing, since this is Capricorn. And when it is being hit by this Uranus in Taurus, it's as if an organization that needs to fall apart so that it can bloom again to become a brand new entity or so. And speaking of blooming again, I would say that this annular solar eclipse in the sign of Capricorn is all about resurrection of the dead, I would say, because we do have a lot of healing aspects happening here. So this new moon is in the influence of Paulus, big star, which is all about success, recognition, and honors. Conjuncting with Jupiter right there, it will bring you some form of good results over something with a lot of hard work. And maybe you have already worked hard for it, or maybe you have accumulated some form of experiences in the past. And with that square to Chiron, there could be some form of healing to it. You know, it can be in a way wherein you don't like things that are happening, but you also cannot deny that it has proved you to be a better person, a better version of you. So, you know, you might not be wanting this, but you know that it is something that is good for you, that was meant to really happen. Also, even though that it is a square, it doesn't really always have to be something negative. I mean, for me personally, squares are a point wherein you can strive towards with, you know, you can do and create something out of it. Because you have a square, you are taking action on it. So you might be trying to renew something in your life. Maybe you are brokenhearted, or maybe you feel that, you know, things are already lost in your life. So you might be having so, I don't know what you call it, epiphany, wanting to really renew something, create something. Also, the interesting part here is that this new moon in Capricorn is also going to oppose this asteroid called Euculapia. Euculapia is a student of Chiron. So he has learned the arts of healing, but in a very taboo way, because Chiron is just, a point of like a healer, but Euculapia is more of someone who can actually revive the dead. So in the past, like, this is the mythology of it, is that whenever someone got sick, a deathly disease or something like that, Euculapia will do something to heal that person. And sometimes he has the ability to even revive the person from the from deathbed or something like that, which actually angered Hades and cause of his death. But let's not go too much into that mythology. The key here is that it is being opposed by Euculapia. So whatever is seems to be troubling your mind, whatever is dying, whatever is dead already in your life, suddenly has this miraculous thing, something miraculous could happen. And there could be a renewal of some kind, a renewal of the dead, a resurrection of the dead. You might have some form of illumination into someone or something that you thought already died. So this could be a person that you know. It could be something that is inside of you, your personality, depending on where Capricorn is in your chart, of course. Capricorn and Taurus area, that is really highlighted here. So this can also be a point wherein a relationship that you thought is already dead suddenly create some form of comeback. So I'm not really a person that is a fan of moving on or a fan of going back to an ex or anything like that. But I am seeing the possibility here of creating something from the ashes, I would say, especially with that Mars in Scorpio, who is usually very reserved. They can actually control their temper, though in some cases they can actually create some form of explosion as well. So with Mars in Scorpio creating that sextile point to the Saturn and Pluto conjunction, this is an area wherein they have done their job, or you might start something to navigate that energy. You need information, you need to do your research, you need to find out something. This is about, having a competition with someone, but you're not just about doing your work by yourself. You need to do the research what other people are doing. You need to do the research to make sure you are achieving something out of perfection. Also, it's like a point wherein if you have like unfinished business from the past, you might want to create some form of closure to that and to work something out. This is like a very positive alignment, especially for those people who probably are very sick, like, they have cancer or whatever kind of disease that they have, because this is going to help those who are in a situation wherein they feel like they lost everything. So you will see some form of miraculous events that is going to be transpiring in your life. So I really like the fact that this is happening during December 26th, because it feels as if God is giving you something like a gift towards you in your life. And there is a sense of a sigh of relief that you will feel. And, at the end of the day, you will kind of tell yourself that, this is actually worth it. I've learned a lot this year. I have learned so much this year. And now with everything that's happening, and now I'm getting some form of, release of burden and a sigh of relief that, okay, everything is going to be all right. At the end, everything is going to be all right. There is that kind of energy. and you are looking forward to the future in a more positive manner. And we have that Mercury in Sagittarius that is, very futuristic, and it's like you have learned knowledge. You have accumulated a lot of knowledge, you have a lot of experiences, and now you are better. Now you are more capable to undergo whatever next chapter of your life there is for you. Another interesting thing here is that we have Venus in the sign of Aquarius, and it is going to make that square aspect to Uranus in Taurus. So this Aquarius point of the chart is already ruled by Uranus. So with the squaring aspect right there, we can expect some major changes in terms of relationships. It doesn't have to be love and relationships as well. I'm not going to be surprised if this has a lot to do with government issues or something to do with business structures and all that, because Venus in the sign of Aquarius has a lot to do with a lot of people, with the masses as well. Also, it raises that vibration of wanting to do something quite eccentric, maybe doing something, if you have been trying to control yourself, trying to restrict yourself in doing things, this is a point wherein you remove the shackles that is binding you. So you are able to really act. You're able to do something, to create something. So we can expect a lot of changes that is going to be transpiring for us, for better or worse. I would say that, this might not be a very easy process because this is Capricorn. Maybe it has a lot to do with sacrifices, or maybe it has a lot to do with hard work. So it is not meant for us to feel good about it. It is meant for us to do something because we are serious now. So you can expect people in your life that wants to rekindle things, that wants to mend a relationship. They are coming into your life not because of their emotions, but because, hey, I want to work things out. And this is the future that I have laid out for us, for the two of us to be together, those kinds of things. Because let us not forget that this is happening at the 4 degrees. The new moon is happening at the 4 degrees. And if you don't know, I actually apply the degree theory in astrology. So 4 degrees is Cancer. So Cancer is all about home, family, mother, our feelings, emotions, love, and most of the time, past. So this vibration has a lot to do with the past. And speaking of the past, I kind of feel that this chart is very much like a culmination point of the solar eclipse that happened during this January 2019. So I'll show you guys a chart I have over here. So yeah, this is the highlights for the previous solar eclipse we had during January. As you guys can see, this is happening on 15 degrees with that Pluto and Saturn midpoint. So it is that 20 degrees, the same way it is happening for this chart. We can see that Saturn is also at 20 degrees over there. So this actually was in a sextile to Neptune. So a lot of people were saying that this can have like a manifestation of what we really want to happen in our life. But if you have been with me in the first place, and if you know my predictions for January, you would know that I'm not really the type of person that was really very optimistic with this solar eclipse. I actually see the solar eclipse quite negative because even though we are capable of making something happen, it involves a lot of frustration in us. Even though we have that Saturn new moon in a sextile to Neptune, Neptune was actually creating that square point to Jupiter. So there was a lot of confusion. It's like we want to create something, we want to make something happen in our life, but we don't know how to own it. We don't know how to take a grasp on it. So even though you have that idea, there's a lot of blurriness happening in your mind. You don't know how to achieve what you want to happen. Also, with that Mars in the sign of Aries, also squaring to that Mercury in Capricorn, um, it's like there there is an energy of passive aggressive. Like, I want to go to point A to point B, but I am stuck with point C. Like, I don't know how to connect the dots. There is that kind of energy there, though. I don't know. It's a very confusing energy for me. Also, we have that quincunx energy to Venus in the sign of Scorpio, and a quincunx to Uranus in the sign of Aries. So this has created a lot more stress, a lot more difficult energies. It was not really meant to make us feel good. And in fact, I am not going to be surprised if this has created a lot of fights, a lot of arguments in relationships, and how we are dealing with people around us, and in our own form of expression. There was a lot of conflicting energies right there. So those are the things that were influencing this January solar eclipse. So what makes it different is that we are now having that culmination point wherein, okay, this has happened during January, and I have learned through things now coming into December 26, 2019, and this is now what I want. I now have a clear idea of what I really want to happen. I have done my research. Now Mars now is already in a sextile to Saturn, so this makes it a lot more harmonious because I can make it all happen now. I have learned from mistakes, and I'm now willing to change. I don't have that rigid mindset now. I have now a goal in life, and I know how to make it happen. So you can expect a lot of those things, one way or another, creeping up in our life as well. So yeah, that is really mainly the energies. And I really think that this is a perfect time for you guys to think about what you want. Think about what you want to bring into your life. And this is a point wherein, you're not just mainly wishing about what you want to the future, what you want to achieve, what you want to have in your life, but this is about you creating a step-by-step process and how to achieve that goal. Because with this new moon in conjunction to Jupiter, this is going to tell us that we need to work hard for it. We need to be serious. This time around, this is not about just, working on something for the sake of feeling good. It's not because, hey, it's a new moon, let's start something. It's not something that you do because you feel like doing. This is something that you have to do because you're thinking about the future. You're thinking about the long-term effects of whatever venture that you are going to undergo, whatever venture that you plan to pursue in your own life. So, yeah, it's very interesting. Also, I would say it would be interesting what is gonna be happening on Facebook, and because this actually is quite going to trigger Mark Zuckerberg's chart, because he has Jupiter in the sign of Capricorn, also in a trine to Taurus, point of his own chart. So his Capricorn is going to be at his 4th house, and he has that Taurus point at the 8th house. So it would be interesting what he plans to do in terms of his career and work in terms of Facebook. I would love to know what's going to be happening right there, because I feel that because of that Jupiter return on his chart, and with this new moon, he is going to create something, implement something, and create some form of changes in terms of Facebook and all that. Especially with Venus in the sign of Aquarius right there, it can affect a whole lot of masses. So yeah, that would be very interesting as well. So anyways, I really think that this is about it for this new moon in the sign of Capricorn. If you'd like to know the predictions for each signs, I did made a blog post on my website. So it's a combination of tarot reading and what houses is going to be affected by it. You can visit the link below the description of this video. So if you want to know more about that. Also, I just want to share like a quick story because this is actually a very powerful new moon. So new moon solar eclipse can really, you can really pursue something that you want, and it can actually stay with you for a long haul. Or you can create something very significant in your life that can actually change your habits, your how you view life. It can change everything in your life basically. So like for example, for me, during the July solar eclipse, I was hit by that eclipse on my 10th house. So 10th house, yes, it is career, it is the public eye, and how other people are gonna view you, are gonna see you. So during that time, and I did not plan this by horoscope, by astrology, just happened out of the blue. So during that time, July was the time wherein you were able to see me more on video here on YouTube. I usually don't record myself talking in front of the camera because it's weird and it takes a whole lot to get used to it, even now. So yeah, I really think that that was quite of a challenge for me, but it's something that I did pursue, and until now I'm still doing it, from time to time. Usually I'm just focused on working with the bird's eye view camera point, wherein I just show you guys my hands, my cards, and all that. I never really show myself out here in front of everyone. But during that solar eclipse, it kind of changed things. I did a lot of changes in terms of my work, my business, and my career. I also changed a lot in terms of, showing myself out here. Usually I'm not even gonna make an effort to do this, but I don't know. I just woke up one day and I wanted to do it. So usually whenever it's a solar eclipse like this is going to be happening for you, it does not really happen exactly on the solar eclipse, but maybe weeks before or days before, you will have that urge to create something in your life. Or if not create, it could be, someone is going to enter your life, or something is going to transpire in your life that forces you to create some form of new beginnings. So I really cannot wait what is going to be transpiring for you guys. So if ever something really happens for you, I'd love to know. Share it with me, okay? So yeah, thank you guys for being patient with me on this video, and yeah. This is like an experiment process for me, doing astrology horoscope. I usually just do my daily astrology horoscope on my Instagram. And if you haven't really followed me there, please do so. And you'll get, a very in-depth daily astrology horoscope on my Instagram account. So at Krissy Astrology. I'll also leave the links below this video. So yeah, thank you again guys for watching and tuning in with me, and I'll see you again on my next video.